Today is October 31st, 2014. I'm Wilhelmina. I'm based in Australia. I am a marketing consultant of different sellers in West Africa and also in the Philippines. We have gold and diamond. Now, I focus on West Africa because the West Africa is a huge continent and they're rich on natural resources. Now, I'm going to explain to you particularly in Ghana because I was there. So West Africa is a huge deposit of gold, diamond, coffee, and cocoa beans and so forth. Now, I'm going to explain to you particular on gold and diamond. Buying and selling, there's always a contract. Buying and selling, the buyer has to send a letter of intent, his intention to purchase. You send a letter of intent. When you see my virtual store on Facebook, you can see Wilhelmina there. You can see Wilhelmina holding the gold. You can see everything. Now, I'm going to explain to you why you cannot find gold. Because you're asking for CIF. The seller would not give his gold CIF. Now, why? When the seller dig the gold, the owner of the precious mineral is the government. Because the seller has to pay mining tax. The seller has to pay value-added tax. The seller has to pay export tax. Okay? Now, you as the buyer asking, I will buy gold and diamond, no upfront free. To me, if you come to me right now, you will be rejected. Just like when you apply for a job, you will be interviewed. Okay? Today, we are now in the global communication. When the buyer come to me on Skype, I immediately want to see the buyer. I immediately would ask question. My question is like this. How did you find me? You found me on LinkedIn and Facebook? Fine. Number two, what are you looking for? Gold and diamond? Perfect. We have gold and diamond. And where the gold to be shipped? Which refinery? You need to specify the refinery on the contract and your letter of intent. Number four, what mode of payment? And if you're going to say CIF, then you have a problem because you don't have money. You are using CIF as BLC. Why are you using is BLC and then you go to the bank? The bank will charge you 4%. And why? You're going to go to the bank. If I'm with you, start a small quantity like 40 or 50 kilos. The 50 kilos, you pay the 6 kilos. Cash, bank to bank. You taste the 5 kilos. Okay, this is what I have done to Eric Blasco and he scammed us. Okay, I arrived in Ghana 3 days prior to their arrival. They signed a contract. They are from Mexico. They are the most professional scammer. Okay, I meet him face to face. We stayed in the same hotel. I'm gonna give you an example so that you will understand that Wilhelmina is very tough. I was even blogged that I'm a scammer. I don't give a shit. Okay, I don't chase you guys. I am explaining you because we've been scammed many times. I was scammed twice. I was scammed by a Canadian buyer. I was scammed by a Mexican buyer. But this is the experience that I have learned very fast. Okay, now I'm going to explain to you here that when you send a letter of intent, we will prepare the contract. Okay, then the contract, we will send it to you as a buyer. Then the seller, you sign a contract and the seller sign a contract back and forth. Then the seller will invite you to come. You need to travel what you are buying. Do not rely on Eric Blasco. Eric Blasco is not a buyer. He's a broker. Okay? That's why I'm angry right now telling you guys Eric Blasco is a scammer. Now, going back to this, do not rely on your broker. Being a buyer, you need to travel. You need so that you will see what you are buying. Now, when you sign a contract, my seller will arrange, I myself, because I work for the seller, I advise my seller to send you arrival visa in order for you to meet my seller. I monitor the movement. I will not travel anymore because I was in West Africa to visit all of my seller in order for me to witness the real situation. I solved the problem. I only travel on the final destination to witness on the final destination. Now, going back to this contract. So, you send me a letter of intent, number one. Number two, I will validate you. I will pick up the phone if you are the signatory. Number three, then my seller will send the contract to me and I will send it to you. You review it. You sign it, you return it to me, and I will send it to my seller. Then we will organize your arrival visa. After the arrival visa, my seller will pick you up in the airport to bring you to your hotel. Do not be scared. My seller will not eat you. My seller will not warm you. My seller will welcome you because you are going to get his product. My seller is a miner. My seller is an exporter. He has a license. Now, after the meeting, face-to-face, I need you to visit the office. Do not let my seller come to the hotel. You're lazy. So you need to come to the office in order for you to establish the business relationship. After the meetings, you see the office, and then my seller will bring the gold to the refinery to assay the gold. Now, how are you gonna get the gold? 50 kilos, you test the 6 kilos, you pay cash bank to bank. What you have to do, you buy the metal box in Accra Shopping Center. You buy the Scotch tape. This is exactly the same what I have done to Eric Blasco at ER Logistic, and he screwed us. He screwed me. Okay? What you have to do, you assay the 6 kilos in front of you. Okay? Then you wrap it just like this one. You wrap like this, and then you put the Scotch tape, initial it, so that when the gold arrive in your destination, if there would be no tampering. Because sometimes in the airport they steal gold. Okay, so you put that the Scotch tape, initial it, and wrap it the 5 kilos because you are going to pay for that. That is your down payment. So you wrap it with initial with buyers and seller. The 44 kilos, my seller will give you a credit, which is you pay that after final assay. So that is a very traditional and very simple and very safe. Why? When you pay the 6 kilos, my seller will say, this buyer is real. This buyer is real because you show to my seller that you are able to afford to pay your down payment, which is 40%. After the total sale value, the seller will give you a collateral of gold. Now, the gold can be deposited in the bank together with your name or in your hotel. But your passport will be taken out from the seller because you might run away. That is normal. So the payment is 3 working days to clear. What you have to do, you go to the security company and deposit that and talk to the security. The director of the security company, the 6 kilo will be deposited joint name between you and my seller. Don't be afraid because I already been there. I talked to the security company. They are very friendly. Don't be scared. If you are scared, meaning to say you have a very, very hidden agenda. Okay? So, after the clearance of your payment of 6 kilos, then that is the time my seller will secure the documentation like the certificate of origin, certificate of the gold ownership. You will be given a separate documentation. I explained to my seller that on the 6 kilos, the buyer has to get the separate documentation because the buyer will feel uneasy because you're buying cash. That is, gold is cash. So my seller agreed that once the down payment would be cleared, the 6 kilos is yours. You will be given a separate documentation. Now that 40 kilos, it covers everything. So you do not say that I will buy gold with no upfront fee. So therefore you have limited cash flow. You cannot afford to pay because I know you're gonna sell that gold to the refinery on the high price. Now you're going to ask Wilhelmina, what is the price today? I want you to go to the site, the price of the day. The seller give you 8% discount. From the world market price today, let's say I'm going to illustrate you guys. This is okay, just bear with me. Okay, now today's price is 39, the gold down on 39,550, 8% discount. So you have a profit per kilo of 3,164 already. Times 50 kilos. You have a profit of 1582 on 50 kilos. 1582. You only pay the 6 kilos. Okay, the remaining 44 is credit. So when you ship it to Dubai or any part of your country, you already get the profit because your buyer is a refinery, and you sell at 3% discount. I know that. I know that, but I make sure that you could also get profit. So, so out of 8%, you get the 5% discount profit. And my seller, at the end of the day, my seller has to pay his worker, my seller has to pay Wilhelmina, and the seller has to pay the petrol and the lease of the machinery. At the end of the day, the seller has a small even profit. So don't be crook, because when I interviewed you, and then you've been dealing with the broker to broker, and then broker, their eyes is bigger than the dollar, they get higher commission. We don't do that, because my seller is paying my service. You come to me because I have a virtual store. I've given you, I feed you everything. So my seller pay for my expenses, pay for my work. Okay, you as a buyer, you would not pay my commission. And if you are dealing with broker to broker, you pay your broker. Wilhelmina will sacrifice to give his participant once only. Most of the broker, they want to continue commission. No, no one is giving you continuous. I feel sorry for my seller. My seller paid by performance. By performance. So I have to work harder. You guys are broker, you want commission continuous, it wouldn't work. Believe me, I can guarantee you it wouldn't work. I will pay you guys, if you're a broker, I only pay once. And if you're dealing with so many brokers, that is your problem, not my problem. So we would like to prepare to deal with this buyer. The buyer get the profit of 8% from world market. Okay, from the world market price, 8%, you get still the profit. The buyer still get the profit. We give them, sometimes if you are really good to a customer, we are very flexible. I advise my seller to give you a flexible discount. So when you paid, then the buyer and the seller will fly together. So you as the buyer, you invite the seller to get the visa, for example, in United States and in Dubai. So the buyer has to sponsor the seller to get the visa. Wilhelmina will fly from Australia to the final destination. I don't need the visa. I have to be there to witness, to help my seller not to be disadvantaged. Why? I said to my seller, when the gold is on the hand of the buyer, the seller has no control. Especially white people are very intimidating. And they think that because you are dealing with a black man, and I said to my seller, don't worry about your color. Tell the buyer, yes, I am black, but my heart is full of gold and diamond. This is always I tell my seller, because they've been losing gold. A minute that the gold is in the hand of the buyer, I said to my seller, don't take it for granted. You insured your gold, you insured the 44 kilos. If the buyer will hand carry the 6 kilos, that is his problem. If the 6 kilos will be lost in the hand of the buyer, that's not our problem. The problem that we have is the 44 kilos. I said to my seller, you insure the 44 kilos because if the gold will be missing, then you can go back to the insurance to reclaim the insurance. And if you as the buyer, and if you want to carry the gold 6 kilos, fine. We don't have any problem with that. You apply together with my seller, you carry the hand kilo, and my seller will ship the 44 kilos to your destination. And we need the full address on the contract of the refinery, because the gold will be sent directly to the consignee, which is your refinery. I hope you understand my explanation. This is a very, very thorough explanation. Don't believe on those people that, oh, Wilhelmina is a scammer. My gosh, I never scam anyone. My gosh, those people who blog me are idiots. Believe me, like Amer. Recently, my friend called me. I said, don't worry about Amer because he barked the wrong person. Amer, you're listening. Eric, you are scamming my seller, huh? And this Canadian in Canada, we lose 5 kilos. He blogged me, but it doesn't worry me at all, because I said to my seller, don't worry, we will respond to those idiot guys. Because those people, they don't have money. They cannot afford, they run away. But I will blog them on my Facebook. All the real scammer is on my Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, Wilhelmina is not a scammer. Those people who blog me, they don't like my guts. Okay, they don't like my guts because I'm very tough. I am helping my seller and buyer not to be scam again, because we both been a victim. I was a victim, my seller was a victim, the buyer has been a victim. Today, since I come back from Australia, I said to my seller, we will not deal with a buyer that cannot afford to pay. This is history. So that is why we are now in the global communication. If you see my Facebook, fine. If you don't, you don't. We don't send any FCO anymore. If you cannot meet our procedure, get out, because this is not for you. You cannot just get gold without any single dollar, because gold is solid cash. Solid cash versus paper money is very, very important, just like husband and wife. So the bank needs gold. The World Bank needs gold as a reserve. You guys, you as a small trader, you buy and sell, you get the profit. Fair enough, but don't be crook. Do not let my buyers, sellers, say, tell your seller, bring the gold to the refinery. No, you're wrong. My seller is bringing cash. Show me the proof that you can afford to pay. Okay, I'm the one who will discourage my seller not to bring the gold without any contract, without any proof of fund. Now, there was a lady when I was in Ghana. She's American. I took her to the security company because she doesn't believe that my seller has gold. It was 6 o'clock and my driver, because I was provided a car by my seller. And I took her to Ouija. From my hotel to Ouija, it takes 35 minutes because it is traffic. She saw the gold. She saw 600 kilos. I asked my seller, open the gold. And then we take the gold 3 kilos in the table at the security company. So those buyers says that brokers that, oh, I don't believe there is no gold. There is. You will never find a real buyer, a real seller, because the real seller will not deal with you without showing us the proof of fund. I showed American lady. I took her, I invited her for dinner. She cannot even afford to buy dinner. My expenses paid by my seller. And even my driver said, Willie, look at this American lady. She couldn't afford to. She ate too much. I said, don't worry, she's hungry. So now, guys, I am telling you, do not believe on those hearsay. The guy that from United Kingdom, watch out, because I'm going to reveal your name. You keep on attacking me, huh? Watch out, idiot. So this is I know you're gonna watch this video because I'm going to put this on LinkedIn. Every time he's on my screen, I remove him because he's not worth it for me to deal with. He's a liar. Okay, he's married to a Ghanaian, and I told him, why you float around to broker if you married a Ghanaian, if you have a refinery in Ghana. When I asked my former driver, he has no refinery. It's not exist. He's a liar. He's a scammer. So, but I will not mention his name, but I'm really fed up with this idiot guy. But anyway, that's why I am recording there. And those people who hates my guts, too bad, because I want to reform this industry. Because most of the think, oh, Africa is a scammer. No, you are a scammer. You are a cheater. You know the meaning of scam? Liar, cheat, deceitful. That is the real meaning. I said to my seller, do not be deceived again, so that you will not lose your gold. You work so hard, and why you are still poor? And why this trader who come to your country, they are multi-millionaire? Because they get the profit. And you know, my seller said, Willie, so many thieves in our doorstep. I told my seller, close the door. Don't let the thieves come into your door. Tell them if they cannot afford to pay, tell them to go back to their country. Because I was invited by my seller in order for the seller to prove that they have gold. It was been proven. You can see on my Facebook a woman holding the shovel. That was me. The woman holding the gold with two golds during the time that I invited Eric Blasco inside the refinery. After the assay, he doesn't have the money. He screwed me. But I learned from that. Eric Blasco is a scammer from Mexico. But I learned from his dirty tricks. So that is the reason why I'm telling you guys, do not be deceived. Okay? Because once you come to me, and believe me, you will never win me. Because right I'm there, I can sense it. I've been in marketing for 27 years. Buying and selling exactly the same. If you are a crook, Wilhelmina would not deal with a crook. Because I feel sorry for my seller. Okay? I hope you understand now this explanation. You take time, read and listen to this video so that you can get the supply. Thank you very much and have a pleasant good afternoon and bye.